If you told me back then what was going to happen, there's no way I would have believed you. It's like, one day you're just playing games, and then the next you're on some kind of random life-changing journey. I was made redundant. I basically just lost my job, which is always a horrible feeling. And in between job searching, I was just aimlessly playing games and essentially searching for something to cure my boredom. And it was at that point that a chance encounter on YouTube changed everything.
Hello everyone, my name is Pixel Riffs and welcome to the first episode of the Minecraft Survival Guide.
This series revealed Minecraft to me as essentially an endless creative outlet. And given that I have a creative background and had all the time in the world, it was a perfect fit. So my new hobby definitely helped with the boredom in between all the job searching, but I still wasn't having any luck. I just couldn't find work. And every job I eyed up that used my skill set, they also wanted something I lacked, and that was video editing. But that was about to change. An idea struck. Why not start my own Minecraft channel? I could learn how to edit, it's easy for me to record the footage, and maybe I could even attract an audience? Enter Yaptopia, which was my very first series. And in fact, it was actually my very first world. Now, I'm sure you all know me as the super professionally sounding Mr. Beardstone of 2023, of course, but it wasn't always like that. Should we have a little look at the first ever video I did? Hello and welcome to the very first episode of this as yet unnamed series. It may well have a name by the time this video goes up, or hopefully within the first couple of videos, but you know, we'll see. Once you stop laughing, I'll let you use that as some motivation. I mean, we all start somewhere, right? Sticking to my plan of becoming a better video editor, I produced some exceptionally low quality episodes of myself and my adventures on Yaptopia, and this small step led me to a hidden universe of Minecraft content creators and a world I never even knew existed. So Twitch was the perfect opportunity for me to improve myself as a public speaker and to start building a community. But there was one problem. I didn't actually have a clue how to do any of it. But as luck would have it, a group of Minecrafters known as the Papats SMP reached out and they invited me to play on their server. And it was here that I built what quickly became one of my most popular builds. This guy, the Kraken. Oh, and I also renovated an entire ocean monument, but don't worry about that. Now you're probably wondering, was this part of some master plan to enthrall viewers and use it as leverage to propel myself into the big leagues? Nope. I was just unemployed and building some stuff. So over the course of a few months, I was starting to see a rapid increase in my numbers on Twitch. And they were all popping in to say how much they loved the Kraken, so yeah, thanks Kraken. Oh, and it was also around this time I finally got a job. Unemployment was over. Yay. Then, almost like magic, my hard work paved the way for an extraordinary surprise. We hit an incredible milestone and achieved Twitch partnership. But of course, as everything was aligning, 2020 rolled in with a twist no one could have anticipated. So there I was, pretty much like everyone else, locked in a house, but I was working full-time and feeling the pressure of juggling streaming, videos, and a brand new job, but I carried on doing me, and just to make sure I had even less time on my hands, the wonderful people over at Trudy Bedrock reached out and invited me to play with them on their server. And for me, that was huge. Now, considering these were the people I'd been watching in my spare time, I didn't hesitate and accepted their invite straight away. So, feeling fully immersed in their world, I put on the best show possible. I pushed myself as a builder to go bigger and better than ever before. And in return, I've made wonderful friends, formed bonds with the larger community, and in turn grew my own bubble of supporters even more. Not a bad year, all things considered. And it was around this point in time I also dared to venture into uncharted territories, or as I like to call them, other things. And by other things, I of course mean PvP. Really poor attempts at PvP. I was somehow invited to compete in Twitch Rivals, which was an event that pits the world's bravest streamers against each other for the prize of glory and infinite bragging rights. And you'll not believe it, we got second place. I'd like to say that I carried my team to victory, but people may have an issue with that statement. And while of course it was a fun event, it mostly just opened my eyes to how good events can be for meeting other like-minded creators and of course networking. So I caught the competitive bug, and over the next few months I rampaged my way through Clash of Creators, MCC Rising, and another Twitch Rivals. I didn't secure any wins, but I did make lots of friends along the way, which I guess is a win in itself. Although I would have preferred a gold medal. It would have been nice to actually win something, wouldn't it? So with my extremely short and pretty bad competitive career feeling like it had drawn to a natural conclusion, I just went back to doing what I do best, taking on too much work, mostly because I began posting YouTube videos every 4 days. But this relentless pace was steering me towards some big problems. So as it turns out, 6 months of full-time work alongside a video every 4 days series and a few streams per week, it was too much and it did make me burn out. Who would have guessed? So with my mental health at a low point around this time and motivation slipping away, I decided I needed to make some changes. And the first step for that was no more streams. Not a decision that was made lightly, but also not one I regret looking back. I also slowed the pace down on my YouTube channel, which was still seeing slow and steady growth with Trudy Bedrock content, but I threw my schedule out the window and decided to only make videos when my mental health was in the right place. So with my new attitude towards prioritising myself, I wanted to try something new. A new series that would allow me to create a forever world. And after a little research of what was popular on YouTube at the time, as well as discovering what would make me happy, it was then that the idea was sparked, marking the first gigantic leap of my creator journey. My 119 hardcore world was a game changer, instantly snowballing due to posting in the right place at the right time, and well, yeah, of course, I doubled down on it. I got into such a groove with the new world that my passion for posting regular videos was coming back to me, and I was pushing myself to make the most impressive world I'd ever built, and all in one life. If I died, even once, everything was over, the world was gone. So this also happened to come about at a time when creators were posting entire series as one long movie on YouTube, and they were pulling insane views. And of course, I had to try it. We recently reached over 1,000 days on our hardcore 119 world, and we got here over the course of 13 episodes, which I've stitched together into this handy 3-hour plus video. That movie is now currently sat at over 2 million views and is by far the most popular video on my channel. So my channel was getting exposure that I'd never experienced before, and most importantly, I was back to loving the process of making videos. It was also around this time that I accepted an invitation to join the Bloodlines SMP, which was a mini-series focused on narrative-driven episodes. It really helped me to realise that I didn't want to put myself in a box, and I had more motivation than ever to make new and exciting content. But you guessed it, as always with all this positive stuff happening, something had to come along and ruin it. So as April 2023 rolled around, so did an echo from the past, another redundancy notice. But this time, I had a plan. I had a grown-up conversation with a very supportive wife and came to the conclusion that I was going to give full-time content creation a go. So that was it. My head was down, and I began planning what would ultimately change my life forever. So after almost nothing but hardcore for a year, I had decided I needed something new. So diving into the unknown, I started exploring the Create mod pack through my FTB Skies series, which was very new to me, but I absolutely loved it. At this stage, I knew I wanted to play more Create, but I didn't want all the fluff that comes with the extra mods. So over the next week, I carefully curated the perfect mod pack. I cut out all the extra Create fluff, and I put together a more unique, streamlined experience. A few weeks later, I started recording my new series, and when the first episode of that went up, I never realised how much that was going to change everything. It went bananas. I saw a huge surge in views over a matter of days, going from an average of 7k on my hardcore series to over 100k per video on the new series. And I was hooked. The audience was hooked. We were all loving it. I even made a public download of my mod pack, which is now sitting at over 90,000 downloads. And not long after, on October 22nd, I accomplished an impossible milestone. My subscriber count had ballooned to 100k. I mean, what? And now here we are. It has arrived! It's arrived! Congratulations on your subscriber milestone. What a lovely letter. Let's get rid of that. Oh, look at that. The shininess. Let's see if we can get that open. Oh yes, look at that. Woo! Personally, I think anyone can be a content creator. I mean, just look at my first video. If you watch that, you're like, oh, this guy's awful. But a few years later, you know, persistence, you learn. It's like anything. The more effort you put in to learn something and to be better at something, the more you're going to get out of it. Let's help get this channel started and build a small community here. That'd be fantastic. Thank you very much. Take care now. Bye-bye.